Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we're all about empowering you with the knowledge to thrive, no matter what nature throws your way. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most critical survival skills, finding and purifying water when there's no obvious stream or clean source in sight. This is Survival Guide, Part 2, Sourcing and Filtering Water from the Wild. We've all seen the movies where the hero dramatically slices open a cactus and guzzles down the water, but how much of that is Hollywood and how much is genuinely useful? Today, we're going to break down the most effective and surprisingly simple ways to extract life-saving water from plants, and then how to make even the dirtiest water safe to drink using natural filtration methods. Let's start with a method that's almost magical in its simplicity: the plant transpiration. Solar still. This technique leverages the plant's natural process of sweating, releasing water vapor. All you need is a sunny spot, a healthy, leafy, non-poisonous plant. A large bush or tree works great, and a transparent plastic bag. Wrap it up, securely tie the open end of the plastic bag around a leafy branch. Make sure that seal is as tight as possible to prevent vapor from escaping. Create a collection point. Place a small rock or weight inside the bag at the lowest point so the bag sags, creating a natural collection basin. Wait and collect. Over several hours, especially in direct sunlight, the plant will transpire. The water vapor will condense on the inside of the bag, drip down, and collect at the bottom. Drink up, and there you have it, pure distilled water. It's slow but incredibly effective and works with a huge variety of plants. Just ensure they are non-toxic. Next up, the iconic desert lifesaver, cacti and succulents. The barrel cactus, for instance, has a pulpy interior that contains a bitter but drinkable fluid. To access it, you'd carefully cut off the top and scoop or press the pulp. Now, a word of caution. Not all cacti are safe. Many can cause nausea or vomiting, which would only worsen dehydration. The barrel cactus is one of your safer bets. In tropical or humid environments, vines can be a surprising source of water, but this is where plant identification becomes absolutely critical. High cut. Locate a thick, non-poisonous vine. Make your first cut high on the vine, as high as you can reach. Low cut. Then make a second cut close to the ground, about a foot or two below the first. Collect. Quickly place your container under the bottom cut to catch the water that drips out. Cutting the top first is important to break the capillary action that draws water upwards. Specific vines to look for. In tropical regions, some safe water-bearing vines include species of grapevine, vitis, water vine, cissus, and certain philodendron species. However, never drink from vines with milky, sticky, or foul-smelling sap, or any vine you cannot positively identify as safe. Many vines are highly poisonous. Now, let's talk about trees and their sap. During late winter and early spring, certain trees produce a drinkable, slightly sweet sap. Maple, birch, and sycamore. These are your primary candidates. You can bore a small hole in the trunk and insert a spout to channel the sap into a container. This is a well-known method for making maple syrup, but in a survival situation, that raw sap is drinkable. Coconut palms. Young, green coconuts are a fantastic source of nutritious, hydrating coconut water. Just crack one open. Other palm trees, species like the burri, sugar, or nipa palms in tropical regions, can sometimes be tapped by bruising a lower frond and pulling it down, which may cause a sugary, drinkable liquid to excrete. Finally, many other plants contain water, primarily through their fruits or water-filled stems. Berries, ripe blackberries, raspberries, and other safe edible berries are full of juice. While they won't fully hydrate you, they can supplement your water intake. Cattails, the inner stalk of a cattail found in wetlands, can be chewed to extract moisture. Now, finding water is one thing, but making sure it's safe to drink is another entirely. If your only option is dirty, stagnant, or potentially contaminated water, you must filter it, and you can do this with natural materials. This is how you build a natural water filter. Materials: container, a cut plastic bottle, a hollowed log, bamboo, or even a piece of cloth tied between sticks can work as your housing. Filtering layers from bottom up. Fine cloth, your first layer at the very bottom to prevent other materials from falling through. A piece of an old shirt, bandana, or any tightly woven fabric. Charcoal, the most crucial layer. If you have a campfire, you can get charcoal, crush it into small pieces. Charcoal absorbs impurities, toxins, and improves taste. Fine sand, next, a layer of fine sand. This filters out smaller particles. Coarse sand, a thicker layer of coarser sand, helps with further filtration. Small pebbles. Gravel. This layer prevents the sand from washing away and filters larger debris. Large pebbles, stones, at the top to hold everything down and block the largest debris. How to assemble. Layer these materials in your container, starting with the fine cloth at the bottom, then charcoal, fine sand, coarse sand, small pebbles, and finally large pebbles at the top. The more layers and the thicker they are, the better the filtration. Specific branches for filtration. While not a substitute for charcoal or sand, in a desperate situation, some porous woods, like freshly cut willow or birch branches, can be loosely packed in a makeshift filter to act as an additional physical barrier against larger particulates. They won't purify water like charcoal, but they can improve clarity. You can also crush up bark from willow or oak as a primitive addition to a charcoal layer, as their tannins have some mild antimicrobial properties. But this is a very last resort supplement, not a primary purifier. Now, after passing the water through this natural filter, it will be significantly clearer, but it is not yet safe to drink. This filter removes particulates and some chemical impurities, but it will not kill bacteria, viruses, or parasites. The final and most important step for any water you collect from the wild, regardless of source or initial filtration, is to purify it by boiling. Bring to a rolling boil. Heat the water to a vigorous rolling boil for at least 1 minute at sea level. If you're at higher altitudes, above 6,500 feet or 2,000 meters, boil it for 3 minutes. Why boil? Boiling is the most reliable way to kill all harmful bacteria, viruses, and protozoa that can cause serious illness. Only after boiling is your wild-sourced water truly safe to drink. Remember, in a survival situation, clean water isn't just a comfort, it's life itself. Don't take chances. So there you have it, a comprehensive guide to finding and purifying water from the wild. From tapping trees to filtering the murkiest puddle, these skills could genuinely save your life. Always remember, positive identification. Never consume a plant you can't positively identify as safe. Filtration plus boiling. Always filter and boil any wild water to make it truly safe. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more survival and outdoor tips. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. What's your go-to water source in the wild? Let us know in the comments below. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Tak jest.